Hi everyone, my name is Aina Kai. I am an interdisciplinary artist, born and raised in Washington, D.C., and I'm here to talk about my art with you all today. So interdisciplinary means I practice multiple disciplines in art. That includes music, creative writing, songwriting, photography, videography, dance. I'm a vocalist specifically with music because people like to say, do you play an instrument? I used to play violin very, very young, and then I've tried to teach myself how to play piano. But specifically vocalist, soprano. Okay, come on, sopranos, where you at? Lately, I became a watercolor artist. Since 2019, I literally remembered I could paint and remembered I could draw and became a watercolor artist. And I'm going to show you some of my pieces. So first we're going to start with my ode to my city. DC used to be called Chocolate City. This was a hub of Black excellence, Black culture, music, food, family, politics, freedom, reclamation of name, of identity. So I did this piece in honor of my city. It's called Chocolate City. You can see the chocolate pieces. Essentially, the piece started off with the outline of Washington, D.C., and I turned that into a chocolate box. And then opening the chocolate box, you'll discover the different types of chocolates that you can find. And so that just symbolizes the different cultures, the different hues, the depths and complexity of the city and the people of the city. You will also find hidden Adikra symbols within the piece as well. Adikra is a symbolic Ghanaian language. In addition to that piece, I actually created a stencil, so I would be able to, almost similar to what Andy Warhol did, which was create stencils for his pieces to mass produce quote unquote popular art or pop art. And so I created stencils for my Washington DC outline, hand drawn, hand cut, and then I did this one as well. In honor of the Cherry Blossom Festival, the cherry blossom season. Of course, all watercolor. You know those old school tribal tattoos that use that tapping technique where you use a needle and ink and then you tap the tattoo into the skin? That is essentially how I did this. So that's my cherry blossom season piece. When I first started doing watercolor, I wanted to focus on understanding hues and values and shadows. So I started with monochromatic pieces. This is actually a self-portrait, but I couldn't figure out how to do my hair at the time. So I just gave myself like a cute little bust down middle part, high ponytail. Thank you very much. And this is actually moon glow. It's purple. My favorite color is purple. And this is a purple hue that you find in Daniel Smith color palettes. And so I wanted to focus on using monochromatic techniques, and I did a series of these using different colors, of course. Here's another one. This one I used orange. I forget what orange this was called. But then I later on filled in the back with some really beautiful navy blue. I love working with blue a lot in my pieces, which you'll see. It symbolizes water, symbolizes communication, creativity, flowing, free flowing of energy, and also protection as well. So back to the monochromatic pieces. So when I did these black and white pieces, I wanted them to look like photographs, like black and white photographs. So that's how my inspiration came with these. And I would find literally beautiful photos of Black women. I don't know if you've noticed, but I only paint women. I will just find beautiful photos on Pinterest and then draw them and paint them, almost like as anatomy study as an artist. Here's another piece here. The same black and white kind of vibe. You can see what's going on here. So I did a few of those. There, a few of those monochromatic pieces. I have like a blue one, a green one, a yellow one. Those are still back in my studio. But then I transitioned to doing full color because I wanted to challenge myself. So another self-portrait. It's so funny. I feel like I always start with the self-portrait when I do a new technique in some regard. Some ode to self-identity. Another self-portrait here. So you can see, the way that I started doing these, you know how those MAC makeup color sheets were? I don't even know what they're called, but let me tell you how I love those things. And I thought, well, is that how I should be painting my skin too? Like how I do my makeup? So that's how I did this. I thought about the watercolor layers as layers of makeup. And that's how I created my shadows and carved out the cheeks and added the blush in there, you know? See the blush? You see the blush? You know what I'm saying? You see the blush? It was giving painted by Esther. Okay? She was already getting painted by Esther. I did this probably 2020, 2021. Because I literally just started in 2019 and I'm not even showing you guys those pieces because I don't even know where they're at. I'm being quite honest. I made stickers out of them and those can be found on my website, blackgirlblunt.com. So you can go on my website and find those stickers and they can be remade. So they're very, very exclusive at this point. And then here's another piece here, another full color. This piece, I really wanted to create 3D dimension. I wanted her to feel like she was in a hallway that was never ending, going into some vortex, crossing over some type of timeline. But I was really feeling the blush. I don't know if y'all noticed. I was really feeling the blush when I was doing these, okay? So now we're gonna get into my goddess series. I only did 3 of these and I started off small and like the 8x11 because I was just like apprehensive. I'm like, can I do bigger? Anyway, we'll get into my bigger pieces later. So this is my goddess series here. She's one of 3. This is my Oshun. I was inspired by the way Greek busts and statues were created. And so I wanted to create that, but in ode to the African goddesses. Now this is Oshun. I gave Oshun her mask and her gold. And then I like to consider her Yemaya because of the silver, right? And the ocean. It's close to blue. Not really, but it's close to blue. And then I like to consider her Oya with the bronze. She normally has different colors, mostly red, but that's like the redder of the metals. And so consider how the Greek statues were carved. I wanted to make black versions because, you know, we root for everything black over here. Okay? And if you really get deep into it, you're really trying to figure out who the original statues were carved to symbolize. The ones they tore down in Egypt, for instance. So now we're going to get into my Miss Misty here. I went back into the monochromatic space when I did her. She was my first large piece and I wanted to focus on blue. Blue was really calling me. I was just having a blue moment and I started incorporating blue. This is Miss Misty. I really loved the depth and the movement in her. And the waves you see here are symbolizing chakras. So she's part of the Chakra Girl series. And each one of these has a color corresponding to the chakra. This, I don't know if you guys can recognize her, but this is actually SZA. So my idea was to draw my girls all in this beautiful blue and then give the color outside to symbolize the chakras. I have another green one. She is a popular one. This is my Anahata piece, meaning heart. The Bantu knot. Number one, I did my ancestry, so I know that I am part Bantu. I am part of the Bantu tribe. All right. The Bantu is not only a hairstyle, but they are a people. They are a culture. And this is an ode to them. I do a lot of Bantu knots actually in my pieces. You'll also find cowrie shells in my pieces as well. Sometimes they're hidden, but I'll point them out to you so you guys can see them. Let's see. This is my concrete rose piece. Now, I'm a Tiana Taylor fan. Tiana Taylor fan down. Harlem girl down. I went to school in New York, okay? Harlem to be exact. And we love to say Harlem because they tried to make it into Morningside Heights, you know, Columbia, how they be doing. But that's Harlem, baby, all day, every day, okay? 116th in Broadway. Thank you very much. This is my concrete rose piece, and I wanted to make this piece androgynous, man or woman, you know. I was seeing a lot of pictures with both men and women that having the flowers and the roses on the bottom of their cornrows. And so, you know, as an ode to the beauty of Black people and our cornrows and our hair, I was like, let me go ahead and give this some love real quick. You know what I'm saying? All right, and we're moving on. This one is called Calmer Waters. She's called Calmer Waters. I love baths, spiritual baths, spa baths, bathhouses. You know, give me a deep bath with some hot water and some herbs and some oils and some salt. You know, and that's what I was thinking about when I did her. Cleansing, clearing, to calmer waters, looking out into the abyss, seeing the possibility that could be, you know. That's what I was doing when I was doing her. And of course the afro, because everything Black over here. Now, I don't know if you guys know who this is, but that's my Chakra Girl series. I have way more of them. We'll go back into that later. But I also try to do my hand in celebrities. Still working at it. But if you guys can figure out who this is, that'd be amazing. I'm gonna give you a hint. I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit, okay? Now, she's not done yet, but you know, I just figured, hey, why not show her? You know what I'm saying? And then I said I only paint women, but let me tell y'all something. I painted Prince live. Okay, now this is actually painted live at an event in DC. And when I tell you, people were like, first of all, this is a great introduction into painting any type of male species. Okay, if I'm gonna paint a man, let him be Prince. Thank you. So very, very proud of this piece. I had no idea what I was gonna do with this and how I was gonna do it, but I was very excited. I actually sketched it that morning. Okay, but that's all that we have for right now. Again, this is Ina Kai. My brand is Black Girl Blunt, like girl. You can find me at Kai the Creative on all my accounts, or get Kai the Creative. And I'll be back to talk to you more about art and my pieces. So come back and yeah, stick around. Watch the old ones. Share it to your friends. And I'll see you guys later.